Let's go coast to coast. Eastern Conference playoff edition. We're going to start with the New York Knicks. They had their backs against the wall on Saturday.
Understatement.
Guess who answered the call? Karl Anthony Towns. He finished with 20, 10, and 10. That was his first career playoff triple-double, and the Knicks beat the Hawks 114-98. So that series all evened up, 2 games apiece. Shep, what did New York show you?
Man, they just showed me that finally, I think finally, they can restore a little order in this series. I picked the Knicks in 6. They starting to look like it, even though Cat was going off, and I need that out of Cat again. OG, you've been playing great, and I ain't going to leave you out of this.
Well, let's head to Philadelphia, where this game could have been an email. The Celtics three-point shooting. It spoiled Joel Embiid's return.
God.
Jason Tatum, Peyton Pritchard, by the way, led the way. Boston shot 24 of 53 on three-pointers. Their most made threes in franchise history in a game. One short of the NBA postseason record. So, Brian, what impressed you the most?
Well, they replied all 24 times, 24 threes in this game.
Wow.
You're not beating the Boston Celtics. They hit 24 threes. And Derek White still has really not gotten his offensive going. Tatum with 11 assists in this game, 11 assists. Boston is looking like the team to beat in the Eastern Conference.
And that should be scary for the rest of the league.
Here we go.
Let's go to Toronto.
Here we go.
Scottie Barnes, RJ Barrett. They've been showing up as the Raptors tied up this series. It was a party in the 6. All right, 10.5 to play. The Cavs down 1.
Like
James
what?
Harden.
Sorry.
Careless pass there today.
How are you going to do an entry pass from half court to the wing off the bounce? That's like a no-no that you learn in junior high. But I love Harden, but still, we got to keep it real.
James Harden for 3. This one's good. So the Cavaliers take the lead off of that one. So now Toronto's down by 5. The Raptors on the offensive board. Off the Barrett miss here. Brandon Ingram steps in, nails the 3. He struggled from the field in this series, but he needed that one, to your point here. All right, under a minute left. The Cleveland Cavaliers up 1. Keep an eye on Jamal Shed.
Donnie,
right?
Come on, Donnie.
Mitchell's attempting to bring the ball up.
Heads he plays.
He's so smart.
8 count.
Knocks the ball free and forces an 8-second violation there. Fired up after the play. And then Scottie Barnes drives. Okay, can't quite get that one to go, but he's fouled. Barnes would make both free throws, gives Toronto the lead. Mitchell pump fakes. It kind of looks like he's going for the foul on that
Great
shot.
defense by Colin Murray-Boyle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In game.
Colin Murray-Boyle's had a couple of moments.
He's having a great series.
He's had a couple of moments this
Yeah.
series. So the Raptors, they made history with, we're going to call it their unique offensive approach in Game 4. Because Toronto made just 32% of their shots. That's the lowest by any
Look at this
team.
graph.
Off of the watch.
Yeah, that's the lowest by any team to win a playoff game since tracking percentages began in the 50s.
But beyond all that, it's an 8-point Cavs lead with 4 minutes to go.
Without a doubt.
I don't care how many shots everybody made or how many turnovers or whatever.
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes to go. The Cavs are in control, and they botched the game. I know Toronto came back and made some
With a
plays,
veteran backcourt.
not acceptable. And so now what you've got is, now you've brought in the unknown. The unknown is, you know that James Harden and Donovan Mitchell can deliver great games.
Mm-hmm.
But we also know that they can drop bombs in playoff series. It's just happened. James Harden is in his 17th playoff run. 17 times he's made the playoffs. Guys, he has some beautiful playoff games. He has some duds. Donovan Mitchell has 11 playoff games in his career where he has scored 38 or more points. And he's had 14 now where he shot 33% or less. And so what the Cavs have done here by going up to Toronto and having a very substandard performance by these two players, Harden had 15 turnovers in games 3 and 4. And by the way, I haven't even talked about Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley got totally outplayed by Scottie Barnes in this series.
Evan Mobley, I mean, their front court got out. They scored 11 points.
Well, they don't. That's a direct reflection of James Harden.
Completely agree.
Okay.
They cannot. The reason that their production value has gone up so much is because adding James Harden. It has settled them down. It has made them understand this is where I need to be. Even if I don't know that's where I need to be. Wow, here goes the ball. Let me get a dunk. Having that every game and then having that stripped from you because not only are you not getting an assist on this play or an attempt on this play, you're getting a damn turnover.
Exactly.
On the sideline, nobody back for defense but James Harden. Like, you in trouble. So I don't want to say that they got completely outplayed as much as the production production has to trickle down from James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. Now they can eat.
I would argue that they were not necessarily outplayed, but they were out-physicaled because the Raptors are physical
Oh, on
and
the
they
other
play
end, that's
hard.
on them.
Yeah, but you're right. There's a chain reaction between James Harden having 7 turnovers and those two guys combining for 11 points.
Right.
Because a lot of their opportunities are either in the short roll or just finishing, especially for Jared Allen at the rim.
Hello.
And so overall, the Cleveland Cavaliers, you play with fire. We've seen it. You can get burned.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we do know what James Harden does later in the playoffs. Like, sometimes he fizzles out. And the whole point of coming to Cleveland was so that he did not have to be the guy taking on all that pressure.
Right.
But we're still seeing that he is the hub for the others.
Absolutely.
And so there has to be accountability for his play to create for the other two.
Let's just hold a quick candle here for the Toronto Raptors, though, because it was... Thank you. It was not just the Cavaliers being outplayed. It's what Toronto did to them, Shanae.
Yeah, completely. I mean, what I like about Toronto is, one, you see how the impact of playing at home and being more comfortable helps your shooting. They just looked like they bought themselves time, especially defensively, so that they got better looks, so they felt more comfortable knocking down shots.
Also, Darko Rajakovic, in his first ever playoff series coaching, the maneuvers that he made, bringing Scottie Barnes out to play defense on the perimeter and leaving Evan Mobley in the back,
Yep.
that has been a great move so far for him.
And now all of a sudden we have a series, and it is not a short one. And elsewhere in the East, the 8th-seeded Magic, hello, they have a 2-1 lead over the Pistons after ending Game 3 on a 9-0 run. You talk about physicality, Shanae. Yeah. I'm surprised to see the Magic they're beating the Pistons at their own game.
And you guys know, I'm a post player. I'm very post-centric. It's all about the rim and Jalen Duren and his lack of production. To me, that's been probably one of the most fascinating parts of this. The fact that they have an all-star that they have not been able to unlock. Credit to the Magic, because I said the Orlando Magic.
And to Wendell Carter.
Oh, yes, absolutely,
go.
Wendell Carter right there. Because they took a page out of the Pistons playbook. They played physical. They played aggressive. And it's kind of wild because now all the pieces are coming together. Desmond Bane shooting the ball well. Like Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner. This is what they imagined, having guys that are both 6'8", 6'9", multiple skills. It seems like the pieces are coming together, whereas the Pistons have been a one-trick pony, relying so much on Cade to get those other looks. Duren has to take it personal, and it's hard. When you're in your first playoff series, you know what it's like. It feels like, it's a whole different level of basketball. So typically there's an adjustment, but I would say that he's not shooting the ball enough to even have a big enough impact on the game.
And I think that some of that, just attack the glass. More rebounds. The more and more rebounds you get, the more and more you feel like you're a part of the game. I think that right now it's been hard for him to get those rebounds, but I'm also looking at why, when these rebounds are going up, there's a lot of 50-50 balls that are going out, and you're watching Jalen Duren, who during the season you never saw it, but now we're seeing his legs are locked completely. They're not bent down. He's not rushing around. You're not pushing people in the back and bullying them under the rim.
I mean, they're slowing down Cade Cunningham as well.
Without
and
a
so
doubt.
does that then feed into what we're seeing with the rest of the team?
It does, but for Jalen Duren, it cannot. That's what she means by having an all-star forward or all-star center. You want to be big time? That cannot happen. You have to have it in the playoffs, especially if it's going to be in the rebounding category.
Right.
You need to be able to push people under that rim and get done what you want to get done.
Control your destiny as a post player. We've seen Karl-Anthony Towns, at least we've seen an adjustment where he got way more touches. Like, those are the types of adjustments that the Detroit Pistons need to make for their all-star.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the Eastern Conference all of a sudden has gotten very interesting, and the series are going to be extending. But we're also just 11 days away from the start of the WNBA season, the 30th season of the league. But preseason, it tipped off this weekend, and that means that Caitlin Clark is back, right? She scored 7 points. She added 4 assists, 3 rebounds in 17 minutes in the Fever's preseason opener on Saturday. This was against Liberty, and it was Clark's first time playing in the WNBA in 9 months, right? Because she had that second season-ending injury after just 13 games last year. And then elsewhere in the W, the Aces backcourt, they overpowered the Japan national team pretty easily, 94-78. That was their score in the preseason opener.
Kennedy Carter, she's back.
Yeah, poured in 18 points. And Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, they combined for 33 points and 8 assists in this one. We can't wait, though, for the
we're not going to show the Sparks where I was at the game in San Diego?
Well,
and the Nigerian national team. It's all right.
I missed the invite, and so I was a little salty.
But you were kind of busy up
Next
there.
time.
I need some W tickets.
Next
I need some
time.
W tickets.
WNBA season tips off Saturday, May 9th on ABC. Caitlin Clark, the Fever, hosting Paige Becker's AZ Fudd in the Wings. That's at 1 o'clock. We're going to be out in Indy for that one. And then Asia Wilson and the reigning champs, the Las Vegas Vegas Aces. They host Alyssa Thomas and the Phoenix Mercury in a little finals rematch. WNBA Countdown. We're going to be all over that.